Good morning, reception children. It's time for another story with Mrs. Barlow, and this story is the tale of Peter Rabbit. And I know lots of you love Peter Rabbit. I know lots of you have been to see the movie. I think we've watched it at school a few times. Right, so the title is The Tale of Peter Rabbit, and the author is Beatrix Potter. Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits, and their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother in a sandbank underneath the root of a very big fir tree. "Now, my dears," said old Mrs. Rabbit one morning, "you may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. McGregor." And there, look, you can see Mummy talking to her 4 baby rabbits, telling them not to go in Mr. McGregor's garden. I wonder if they're going to listen to her. What do you think? Let's find out. "Now, run along and don't get into any mischief. I am going out." Then old Mrs. Rabbit took a basket and her umbrella. She went through the wood to the baker's, and she bought a loaf of brown bread and 5 currant buns. Let's just see if we can see this. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down the lane to gather some blackberries. So there you are, see? The 3 bunnies there are picking blackberries from the blackberry bushes. I think they've listened to their mummy, haven't they? I wonder about Peter. I think Peter's listened to his mummy. But Peter, who was very, very naughty, ran straight to Mr. McGregor's garden and squeezed under the gate. Look, it looks like he's got his buttons stuck, doesn't he? And his blue jacket. First, he ate some lettuces. There he is. And some radishes and beans. I think that's stealing, isn't it? That's not really what we should be doing. And then, feeling rather sick because I think he's eaten too much food, just like the very hungry caterpillar did, he went to look for some parsley. But round the end of the cucumber frame, who should he meet but Mr. McGregor? Mr. McGregor was on his hands and knees planting. He was planting cabbages, but when he saw Peter, he jumped up and ran after him, waving a rake and calling out, "Stop, thief!" You see him there. He's chasing Peter. I hope he's a fast runner. Peter was most dreadfully frightened. He rushed all over the garden, for he had forgotten the way back to the gate. He lost one of his shoes among the potatoes. After losing his shoes, he ran on 4 legs and went even faster, so he almost got away. But he got stuck there in the gooseberry net. His buttons on his lovely new blue jacket got caught in the net. My goodness, what's he going to do? Peter sat and cried until some birds flew down. These birds are called sparrows. You might have seen these birds from your window. They flew down and begged Peter to try harder to get out of the gooseberry net. So he wriggled and wriggled, and eventually he got out of the net, but he had to leave his beautiful blue jacket behind. Mr. McGregor almost caught him in a sieve. Poor Peter, he's lost his nice blue jacket. Mr. McGregor hung up that little blue jacket like a scarecrow and used it to scare the birds away. Poor Peter. There, look, he's scaring away blackbirds. You might have seen some of those as well from your window. Peter never stopped running or looked back until he got all the way home. Oh, his mum's going to be a bit cross now because he didn't listen. He was so tired that he flopped down upon the nice soft sand on the floor of the rabbit hole. His mother was busy cooking, but she wondered what he had done with his jacket. It was the second little jacket and pair of shoes that Peter had had. I am sorry to say that Peter was not very well at all the rest of that evening. No, look, he's gone to bed, and he had to go to bed, and his mummy had to give him a spoonful of medicine. It wasn't a good idea to go to Mr. McGregor's garden, was it? But Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail all had bread and their lovely blackberries for supper. So they had a nice treat. But they listened to their mummy, didn't they? That's the end of the story. So I think it's very important to listen to our mummies, isn't it? Because they're just trying to keep us safe and well. Okay, hope you're all safe and well. And hopefully see you all soon. Bye everybody.